It's fantastic. Okay, I'm going to give you the stage, man. We got our entire audience streaming in, and this is a Psychedelic Capital First, a real live broadcast studio with Garyn Angel from Magical Brands.
Hi, everyone. Nice to meet you. My name's Garyn Angel, CEO and founder of Magical Brands. Thank you for joining us today. Today is going to be a very exciting presentation. We're a lot different than most of what you see in this space. We're really well established. We have over 400,000 customers. We're profitable, and I'm very, very, very excited to share the Magical Brand story with you. The purpose of today is to provide an overview of Magical's upcoming listing onto the TSX Venture. We're raising 5 million Canadian at a 25 million pre-money valuation. So who are we? Magical is an herbal and plant-derived health and wellness company. We focus on three things: health, wellness, and happiness of our customers. And we create products and build community brands that play an active role in personal health and happiness. Now, why are we doing this? There's crisis in public health. You see it. There's mental health issues. There's opioid addiction. There's so much happening that big pharma isn't addressing, and plant-derived compounds are the future, and Magical is at the forefront of it. I actually founded this company to help a friend with Crohn's disease. I had a friend who was really suffering from Crohn's disease, and his asthma was preventing him from using cannabinoids and other plant-derived compounds, and he had been inhaling it. And I said, hey, why don't we start to cook with cannabis instead? And I don't know if any of you out there have ever tried to cook with cannabis, but it's usually a very smelly and time-consuming process. That's our origin story. Our very first Magical Butter machine had a mushroom button on it. The reason why I put that mushroom button on it, when I was in China, I was going through the process of traditional Chinese medicine, and I discovered the power of mushrooms. From there, the journey took me to Thailand to learn more. And in Thailand, I really got into the science behind mushrooms and their beneficial uses in public health. Health and wellness is a secular trend. People are taking their health into their own hands. What we do is we empower our customers by giving them tools or finished products that they can then take and use with their friends, use with their family members. And when you empower people, what happens is you get brand support. And we have a tremendous community around the world of people who help us. Can you scroll down on the notes just a little bit? We don't see the market as siloed between these areas. We focus on the core theme, which is health and wellness, and we're laser focused on the consumer market. Now, you've heard pitches from companies in the mushroom sector or the cannabis sector, but what's unique here and what sets us apart, we're not a startup. We'll do $20 million in revenue this year. We're EBITDA positive. We grew at 85% in 2020. And we expect to grow up to 96% next year in 2021 and push our revenues to $38 million. We do this because we have products all over the world, and we know how to exchange that customer. When we do a trade with the customer, we make sure that we deliver tremendously more value than we charge. Now, we've been at the forefront of changing these laws around the world. We've successfully decriminalized cannabis here in Port Richey. Right now, we're in the process of decriminalizing psychedelics in this community as well. So it's always been what we've been about, is about moving forward. And right now, our unique advantage is we have a Trojan horse. We have a micro extraction device that is able to be sold all over the world unencumbered. We have a tariff letter ruling from the federal government, which makes it non-paraphernalia. And with that, we've built direct consumer relations. We have over 400,000 customers and over 1 million fans that follow us. Everything we do is organic, and it works incredibly well. So how did we do this? We built a sales and marketing engine. Okay, and what we did, we focus on low-cost R&D, and we bring innovative and proprietary products into the market that are focused on herbal and plant compounds, and then we plug them into our sales and marketing engine. Our sales and marketing engine is easy. We advertise on Facebook, Google, Instagram, and we enjoy what they call an 8-to-1 ROAS. That stands for return on ad spend. So when we spend $1 marketing on one of those platforms, we get $8 in top line revenue back, and we have incredible margins. And with this, we've been able to build long-term brand equity and enterprise value through our owned and proprietary products. We're on slide 9, not 12. Now, the tailwinds behind our company are incredibly strong. COVID, it's a big challenge for everyone. We know that the cannabis industry, the mushroom industry, functional foods, these all have a tailwind behind it because these are wellness products that help people. And so we've got COVID, we've got cannabis legalization happening all over, and then mushrooms and psychedelics. You see that our brand name is Magical. We own the word magical around the world, and I'm going to go through that with you a little bit more in just a minute. Now, last year we did $11 million in revenue. This year, 20. Next year, 38 million. So we're the #1 leader in micro extraction. We created the shelf space. I created the shelf space. I came up with this product to help people. We continue. Our team is amazing. We continue to come up with products that help people. Here's a look at some of our products. Many of you have probably seen these products. They've won all kinds of awards throughout the industry. And more importantly than winning awards, these products help people. They help people with their public health. And in reality, a lot of the times, Western medicine leaves people without any options. We have over 30 SKUs in the pipeline, over 1 million people across the brand, and we have 10,000 retail locations that sell our products. Now, why does this work so well? It's odor-free, it's a one-touch solution, and it's a consistent infusion. All you have to do to do an extraction, lift the head of the machine off, put your cannabis or your mushrooms in the device with an alcohol, with a butter, with an oil, push 2 buttons on the machine. It's going to grind, heat, and stir and extract the molecules into your base ingredient. And now you've got that base ingredient that you can use to infuse everything in your life. I want you to not think about, when most people think about infused products, they think about cookies and brownies. I want you to think about healthy things, soups, sauces, salad dressings, things that are great for your microbiome and help your body recover and achieve homeostasis. Distribution is key. And especially in this psychedelic, mushroom, and cannabis world, it's really difficult to get global distribution and work with marketing partners. We've cracked the code. We have massive retail distribution. Green Lane, a NASDAQ company, Hawthorne, which is Scott's Miracle-Gro, a publicly traded company, Bob HQ, Vapor Nation. Those are the usual suspects in this space. They all carry our products. And as a matter of fact, we're the only product in their SKU list that they carry that's anything like ours. On Amazon, we enjoy brand gated status. What does that mean? Brand gated means no one else can sell our products on those platforms. That's incredibly important because it protects our MSRP for all of our retailers. As I mentioned before, we have over 1 million fans, and we have magical.com, MagicalButter.com, and we have an incredible social media presence on Facebook and Instagram. We've done over 200 million video views, and we're at the heart of the customer. We're constantly feeding them viral content that they know and need. Our marketing partners are easy. We have no restrictions. Google, Instagram, Facebook, big box retail. Our products are sold at Walmart, Bed Bath & Beyond, and Macy's. I'm very excited to share with you. In the last 2 weeks, we've got Walmart in Mexico and all of Latin America, and they're selling incredibly well. And the icing on the cake, we're in active discussions with Target. Strong brands take time to build. We've been doing this now for 8 years. And how do we do it? We do it by doing everything right. So I want you to look at the word magical and look at that M in the word magical. And I'm going to walk you through our logo strategy. So when you look at that M in magical, the first thing I want you to do is look at what connects the the two pillars of the M. See that ribbon there? That ribbon is what the company stands for. It's all the causes for veterans, for cancer, PTSD. And so you'll see that ribbon goes to arrows because we think those causes go on for infinity. But what anchors our brand is those two pillars, those two pillars on the side of the M. But what we really do, if you look at the center of the M, you're going to see a drop of oil there. See in the center of that M where there's that drop of oil? Well, around the M in that white space, that's a tulip. Do you see the flower there? And then at the top of the M is the bottom of a heart. And in the center of that heart is a star. And that represents the magic that's in all of you. Now, this came about because Gary Vaynerchuk is a very good friend. And I called Gary one day and I said, Gary, I want to buy the word magical. I see a massive shift to plant-derived compounds. Psilocybin, functional mushroom, and cannabinoids are all magical molecules. Now, Gary, magical.com's for sale, and I can roll up the word magical everywhere else in the world too. Magical.Canada, Mexico, EU, Australia, New Zealand, all the top level domains we rolled up. So, and most of the social media handles. So we own the word magical around the world. And when we were going through this, I said, Gary, what is this worth? How should we go with this? And he said, well, is the asking price more than 8 figures? And I said, no. He said, is it more than 7 figures? I said, no. He said, buy it instantly. And that was our transition towards magical. Next slide. And why do brands matter? Brands matter in every space. And we focus on community-driven brand building. And you see it a lot in the cannabis industry. Here's an illustration between 2014 and 2018 of the growth of branded products versus non-branded products. This isn't specific to the cannabis industry. This is mushrooms. This is psilocybin. This is clothing. Every product in the world requires a brand. And I can't think of a better brand name in the world for mushrooms than Magical. Can you? Next slide. So here's our functional mushrooms. And these actually release in 2 weeks. I'm so excited to release Reishi, Lion's Mane, Turkey Tail, Immunity Blend. This is a massive market. And our look at functional mushrooms is this. We own the word magical. We feel incredibly passionate that it's the best brand name in the world for these types of products, including psilocybin mushrooms. Psilocybin mushrooms are going to be very difficult to monetize for another, let's call it 12 to 36 months. So we're positioning the brand to be a functional food product for the customers in the meantime as we work on psilocybin mushrooms. Next slide. We have an MOU with Greenfield. They have legal operations in Jamaica, and they're building out an R&D center. This is a low-cost, low-risk way for us to pursue some R&D where we bring our core competency in consumer products, formulation, distribution, sales, and marketing to the psilocybin space. This is an opportunity to generate proprietary IP for new products and a low-cost way for us to enter the psilocybin space. Well, why do we get that right as a brand to cross over into these products? Because we're great formulators. We have an incredible line of CBD products. They're best in class. They taste incredible. And what we focused on was delivery of the molecule. We partnered with a group out of Hebrew University to deliver these molecules into the bloodstream, into the small intestine. If you're familiar with the way that most ingredients work, when you consume them and they go into your stomach acid neutralizes most vitamins and nutrients that you consume, and then a very small amount of that squeezes into the small intestine. We focused on delivering these molecules into the small intestine to increase the bioavailability and give people a better response.